All right, welcome to the basement. This is football, and I'm Ben Roethlisberger. He's Spencer Teo, and we are back. Football's back, week 2. Listen, it is Monday night. It is late, but we're bringing this to you guys. We felt like we had to wait through the weekend. Spence was out of town, and so we wanted to bring you guys something we wanted to get to you as soon as we can. So we're like, we're not waiting any longer.
That's right.
We're filming this late. It is late. Like it is. The kids went to bed.
Is it late because we're dads, or is it late?
Yes, probably. There's a lot of people like, it's not late.
Yeah,
like it's after 9:30. Let's just say that. So that'll give you guys some context. It's late for us. We're going to get right into the playoff game against the Jets.
Yes.
I know that it hasn't been that long. I want to give our take on the a little bit of offense, a little bit of defense, the quarterbacks, obviously, and dive right into this. Actually, before we get into it, Spence, today I want to give a big shout out. Today was a good friend of the show, Hall of Famer, cowboy hat wearing, gold jacket wearing, belt buckle wearing, cutting horsing guy. Our good friend, Hall of Famer Mel Blount, had his golf tournament event today. Last year, went there, took Benjamin. It was Benjamin, myself, good friend of the show, Merrill Hodge, good friend, our soccer expert, Jeff Dyer.
That's right.
And a good friend, Chuck Nettles. This year, Merrill had hip surgery, so we kicked him out.
Yeah.
I brought Bodie in.
Hey.
So we took Bodie there. Well, we won it last year.
Okay.
And so we're going to repeat this year, and we repeated.
Hey, come on, man.
So thank you to Mel. Thank you to Mr. Jeff, Mr. Chuck, Benjamin, Bodie. We won. In fact, Chuck's texting me now. But it was great. So anyway, big shout outs to Mel, all the Mel Blunt Youth Home and all that they do. So it's great.
Is that your new A team?
It's a pretty impressive team.
I mean, that's a pretty stacked team. I don't know if everybody listening or watching knows the golf abilities of the people you just named, but that's a pretty...
It's a great. Well, you know what happened the other day too is that they had the junior club championship at Allegheny, and Benjamin won the 18 hole and Bodie won the 9 hole.
Come on now.
So they are both the junior club
Y'all got to chill.
I know,
Y'all got to chill, man. Pick a sport.
What are we doing?
If you're going to dominate
if it wasn't for
sport,
Austin Lemieux, I would make a ticket show. No. Anyway.
Well, congratulations.
Let's go. Yes.
And that's awesome. The awesome event that they put on there. Yes, like you said, let's jump into this game, man. Because I'll say, just from a fan standpoint, I was going in riding high off of week 1, and I know it's the preseason. I understand that the whole narrative around this is don't burn the ships, or don't crown them king. It's the preseason, but I'm gonna do it because I miss football, and I'm gonna overreact over everything.
Right.
And
we
so
were excited after week 1, yeah, for sure.
It was great, and then week 2. I feel like we deflated a little bit, bud.
Yeah, I mean a little bit. There's definitely some. I think there's a lot of really good to come out of the game.
Yeah.
There was some not so good, and I think it's unfortunate. I actually think there was, in my opinion, from watching the game, and I didn't go back and watch the All-22. I didn't go back and watch tape. I didn't hear any talk radio or what Coach McCarthy said to the players. I'm just going off of what I saw and a little bit of football knowledge that I have.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. I actually think there was a lot more good than bad. Okay. The problem is the bad, no points.
Yeah.
Turnovers. You held them to 17 points, pretty good. But if you want to really look at them going down and scoring in the opening drive, those couple things like make it seem like, oh, this was the worst thing ever.
Sure.
There's a lot of really good to come out of this. If this was a regular season game, we would be like, it's the worst. It's, oh my goodness, this is awful. Preseason game, you just kind of grain of salt it, me personally. So I'm still riding high on the Steelers. I really like what we have and where we're going. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, we stink. Trust me, there were some really, really good things that we got to see. And we have to remember, like a lot of teams, though, we don't have some of our superstars out there,
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, you have the voice of reason. And I feel the same way now. When I was watching it, I think it was just in-game frustration. Because it's like, yeah, you want to win everything, but in the preseason, it's really not what you're quantifying. You're there to watch how certain things, and you're there to try some stuff, I would imagine. So let's just overview. You touched on it briefly. as you're watching the game, just drop a couple of things that stood out to you, and then I want to deep dive into the quarterback play because that's the big story. Right. Obviously, have your input would be on that situation would be valuable, and I think there's enough there to give it its own segment. But just let's overview the game, some things that stood out to you, and then I think there's probably enough in the defense that we should probably spend some time in there.
Okay,
some things I saw there that were pretty cool
for sure. I would start. Okay, so I'll start with just a quick overview of special teams. We've got a heck of a punter. I'm excited about what he can do. I think everyone wants to see that big booming spiral punt, right? That turns over, it goes 60 yards. It seems like our punter's got that little like kind of running Aussie sort of, doesn't run, but just kind of kicks in and looks, and the ball's probably end over. It probably doesn't look pretty, but boy, was he can drop that thing inside, and he's got a big leg. I'm excited about that. Obviously a little nervous about our kicker because I don't think he's very good. So that's going to be the one thing I have to worry about. He's not real good at kickoffs. He's not real good at scoring points.
He beat you in golf or something? Like what's happening here? Like,
no, I just want to keep giving Boz a hard time. Okay. But special teams, I'm not going to be concerned with special teams too much in terms of our kicking game.
Sure.
Some of our, let's wait to see some kickoff return stuff. Like none of that. We haven't had the big splash plays on that yet, but again, that's hard because you're not drawing up the specialty returns and stuff that way. So, but again, kicking, I feel good. Offense, there's so much. We're going to dive into the quarterbacks a lot deeper because I definitely want to hit on that. And I want to hit on that pretty hard. But I'm excited about we're going to have a gold jacket guy in there before long. Mm-hmm. Aaron's going to be back in there. He's going to have DK in there. He's going to have Pittman in there and Rome. I mean, he's going to have his weapons. He's going to do his thing. I liked this week getting Mount Washington involved a little bit more. I think you keep utilizing him. I really got to see this week for the first time was the 1-2 punch of you say Dowdle, I believe Dowdle and Warren.
Yep.
I'm excited for that combination. Mm-hmm. I think there's going to be something to that. I think we lost who was the running back that we lost last year that we didn't think went to Carolina. Oh my goodness. It'll come to me.
Kenny G.
Kenny G.
Yeah, Gainwell.
Everyone was kind of like
Tampa, I thought.
Yeah, everyone's like I heard Baker saying like, "Hey, this dude's got it all."
I'm still upset about that.
Right, but you hate to lose it. But I'm excited about what we have in these two running backs. I think we all know we've seen what Warren has. Has enough speed, but he's in enough quickness, but he's a power, thick, hardcore runner. And then I'm watching Dowdle and I'm like, oh, he's got a little bit of burst to him. And so I'm excited. I really think that this 1-2 punch is going to be exciting and special. I think it'll open up the passing game. I think we'll utilize some of the play action stuff. Right. And I think both of them will be really good in the screen game, which really could be good for us. So I'm really excited about the offense, where it's going. Obviously, O-line, still, we got to figure out what's going on there, but we're still moving pieces around. We still don't have our big first rounder in there. I thought, again, and we can dive into it when we get to the quarterbacks, but I thought Broderick got a lot of opportunities this week. Mm-hmm. He played, I think he played the second quarter the rest of the way. I think he played the whole way. It seems like they're giving him every opportunity to show us what you got. And I don't think he answered the bell. Again, not grading him in terms of my own, in terms of grades and breaking down film, but just what I'm watching.
Sure.
Didn't look like his best game.
I would concur.
The line, I think once you get the pieces in place and they sit there, we talk about it all the time on this show when we've had linemen on here and Pounce and Ramon and Max and whoever it is, they sit here and they talk about the cohesiveness of that group. That group is special, right? They have their own stupid jokes. They get their own little just the things that they do, the way they communicate. And until you get that guy that's to your left and your right, he's there week after week, game after game, practice after practice, then you start to understand each other. Well, the more you start shuffling, well, this guy might have a different tendency. This guy might talk more than this guy. Player A might have a better set this way. He might be a better run. So until you start to understand and get a feel for each other, I think we're okay to have a little bit of patience and a little pause on that, and we get big. It's Max, right?
Max Ihanator, yes.
Yeah. So let's get Max and let's see what he can do. Let's not hit the panic button on the O-line yet, but let's keep a close eye on that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And defense, I liked what I saw this week on defense. I liked I think the first note I sent you during the game. Let me see. I want to make sure. Yep. First note. Patrick Queen, exclamation point. Big season, question mark, exclamation point. Because I'm like, this dude, I think it's like linebackers benefit. The best linebackers in the business, the middle linebackers, benefit from great defensive linemen. Okay. When James Ferrier and Larry Foote, the guys that I was playing with, were at their best, they had big Casey Hampton up there, right? They had Kiesel, big Aaron Smith, Chris Hoke. I mean, they had guys up there because what happens is Casey Hampton is taking on 2 to 3 guys at a time. Yeah. Well, that's another guy that can't get to the next level and get the linebacker. So now linebackers can fly downhill, make tackles. Early in that game, you see Patrick Queen flying downhill, making a tackle in the backfield. I just think that our D line is with Yaya, with Harmon, with what we have up there, we're going to be able to like attract attention. And I think we're going to be able to get downhill. And I think I just have this like sneaky feeling that Patrick Queen is going to have a big season. I just feel it. I've seen him at Baltimore be an absolute torpedo and a guy that we were like, man, let's do it again. Yeah. Like, I just feel like he's going to be a dude. So I'm excited about the defense, or about what he brings. And obviously talk about the D line there. In the secondary, there's some pieces coming back into play. Obviously, we talked about in week 1, Asante Samuel Jr. He didn't even have to do anything this week because they didn't go his way. You didn't see the big plays, and those kind of things. But you're gonna like what he has to bring. 31, whoever he was in the backfield, like left and right this week, like making plays in the backfield. I think we got him from Cleveland. I'm not positive. Safety. It was, I think, 31. He was flying downhill. Like, he was making plays. I'm not sure if he's a guy that's going to make it. Family, I know y'all going to be looking at this and listening, and you're going to be hollering his name because you guys know who he is. And I blew it, but I'm just going off numbers.
Oh, yeah, Rashad Jenkins. Right? Does he come from Cleveland? Did we get him from Cleveland? I'm looking up here right now.
Okay. Anyway, I thought he played great. Like that was cool to watch, So anyway, I mean, there's a lot of different pieces. I threw a lot at you, but those are the things. I'm trying to think if I had any other I love
Cleveland.
From Cleveland. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought Jack Sawyer played well.
Yeah.
He's got great ball skills. They try to throw a screen around him, and a lot of guys will just kind of jump and they'll miss the ball. He kind of did got his hand on it and knocked it down. And that's watching TJ Watt every day. I mean, it's just, I'm just, there's some players that we might have the best outside linebackers in the world for sure. Like, as a team.
Yeah.
Those guys.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought up the Patrick Queen stuff, man. Cause that was something that was interesting when I think about just the new DC's scheme. So he comes over from, the Raiders. Right. And I think, your boy, Spillane was over there. I think it was like the biggest, maybe not the biggest year of his career, but like he had an outstanding year. He goes over there. Yeah. The way he was able to scheme stuff over there just freed up a guy who was able to run downhill and make plays like that. And I think you're seeing a little bit of it right now with Patrick Queen. And you just see the potential in some of these plays and some of these schemes. And
I think too, people would be worried about the first drive, the quote unquote starting defense gave up a touchdown.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's going to happen sometimes.
Yeah.
But you know what happened after that? They stepped up, they got physical, and they didn't, and that defense didn't allow anything after that. Right. And you got Bruner making plays left and right, loving them, loving what he's doing out there. So yeah, I mean, no one likes to see a team go down the field and score on the opening drive, but sometimes you got to get settled in, right?
Sure.
I don't know how many times on offense I've gone 3 and out a couple series, and it's like it was all panic time. No, just let us get settled in.
Yeah.
Let's just get to our rhythm and our groove, and I think that's what the defense did.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, man. And I think it's time, brother. I think it's time to talk about these QBs. And I know we were texting a little bit before the game, and I was excited when it was announced that Will was going to start it because we had talked about it after week 1, and you're like, hey, I think both of these young men have earned reps against more reps, but against, better players. And I think that's exactly what we got. Let's break the night in half, man. Let's talk about Will. What did you expect going in? What did you want to see from him? And then how'd you feel with his performance, and maybe something leading into next game? What do you think should happen?
Yeah. I've haven't, like I said before, when the show started, I haven't listened to a lot. I haven't read a lot, but I did see one article somewhere, or someone said something like, Will Howard blew it, or he had a chance, he lost his chance. You know, who's they both guys, quarterbacks, lost the chance to be the backup, or something along those lines. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, why? Okay, because he turned the ball over twice. Like, okay, yeah, no one likes that. I totally agree. Can't turn the ball over. Once in the red zone, once getting into that the outside, just on the outskirts of the red zone. And I'm like, yes, that is not good. But he did a lot of really good things. But Ben, don't turn the ball over. Agreed. But I'll say this. The first interception, I'm literally texting Charlie Batch, okay, during the game. He's, during commercial. We're texting during commercial break. I'm like, Chuck, give me the replay when you come out of commercial. Make sure we see it. He goes, I'm trying to get it. I'm like, what happened? Tell me what'd you see? And sure enough, as we're watching it, I just don't think Will saw the safety, okay? That's what I'm going to say. It's not like, I also will say this. I don't think that play was schemed for the like. Remember how we talk about in this preseason? It's like you're not really scheming to play a defense like this,
sure,
or against like the defense you're playing. Like you've drawn some things up because there was nothing holding that safety. And I'm guessing in the regular season they are going to have something drawn up where that safety is held with someone on the backside,
sure,
something deeper. And so I'm just kind of like, And Charlie and I were talking, we both said the same thing. Like, you know what? That's going to get schemed differently off in the regular season, or the play's not going to, like, you're not going to call that play, or you're going to know, okay, listen, we break this huddle. If you see that safety right there, then don't, be smart about this.
It
whatever.
Seemed like the same play in two different sides.
And the guy made a good play. It's a bad throw, whatever. It happens. And because he turns the ball over, all of a sudden we're like, it's over. Get him out. He stinks. So let me ask this question, Spence. What is, if that's the case, if we're going to go throw a hissy fit about a turnover, about an interception, okay?
Yeah.
What do you think the Las Vegas Raiders are thinking today when they have the number 1 overall pick, the Heisman winner, the National Player of the Year, national champion quarterback that throws a pick 6 in their preseason game of 70-something year, 60-yard pick 6? Is the world coming to an end for them?
Yeah, they should sell the team.
What are we doing?
They should sell it.
You don't hear everybody all over the place going nuts for that. He threw a pick 6. We should be freaking out there too.
Yeah, I hear that's a very solid argument. I think the argument, just to play the advocate here, the devil's advocate here, is we have a more tightly contested QB race, and I think it's a little saltier in that there was 2 interceptions. So I agree with you in this. Because I think the one that he threw to the left side of the field, I think the receiver drifted a little bit.
Well, no, let me tell you, I'll get to that second. That second one could have been helped by Roman. I believe it was Roman Wilson.
Yes.
Whoever the receiver was. He could have helped him a little bit, okay?
But still,
what could have happened is as when a guy's crossing the field, okay, and if I had like a whiteboard here, it'd be like great to draw this up.
Evan.
But what happens is, okay, I'm going to try and look at the camera. So if there's a safety back here and you have the receiver right here, turn this way a little bit.
There you go.
Okay.
Good.
And sorry guys, I'm going to do the best I can here.
You're crushing it. You got it.
Now the safety's over here, right? Here's my safety. Here's my receiver. When the receiver is coming across the field, and remember the quarterback's down here where my elbow is. When you throw a ball, this guy's just going to drive on. I mean, these guys are fast too, right? They're going to drive on that stuff. What this receiver has to do is he has to do what we call a stair step. He's got to come across the field, so he's driving, and then he pushes up, and it makes the safety go like this, and then come across. See that separation? So he's hopefully I can get a demonstration.
That's good.
Coming across. So they're both coming here. He gives him this. Now this guy pauses, and then he runs away. See that separation there? So we call that a stair step. Roman can help him a little bit with what we call a stair step. So as he's coming across the field, lean into him like you're going vertical. That creates that safety or the corner, whoever it is, to then go vertical too. And then you cut across, and then you've created more separation.
Sure.
That'll help. So now if you don't do that, now as a quarterback, I have 2 options. I can either drill it as hard as I can on a line and hope he doesn't undercut it.
Yeah.
Or I can put some air on it. But then there's guys on the back end that can make a play. So I'm not saying Roman was wrong. I'm just saying he could probably help him.
Sure.
Now, I don't know. Not every receiver coach or coach teaches that either. Bruce Arians, Randy Fiechner, those guys, Diggy, all those, they used to teach that stair step. So I assume everyone, I mean, you got to lean on the guy and create that separation.
Sure.
And so I think he could have helped prevent the second interception potentially a little better. And I know he threw 2 interceptions, but I'm watching his game. He moved in the pocket well. He made a lot of really good throws. And it wasn't like what was his numbers? What was the numbers?
Yeah, he was 10 for 15, 74 yards, 2 picks.
So he had 3 incompletions.
Yeah.
Right? 10 of 15. So there were 5, 2 picks. So 3 incompletions, right? He threw the ball down the field. It wasn't like of his 10 completions, he threw slants, right? He wasn't throwing, let me throw a little out route. Let me throw a screen. He threw some big balls down the middle, slid in the pocket, made some plays. I actually liked what I saw from Will, okay? And I know people think that I'm this Will Howard, like I'm a homer for him, and I'm gonna talk about Drew too.
You hate Ohio State.
I hate Ohio State.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of really good things he did. And I know, turnovers, you can't do it. I get it. But he's going to learn from it, and they're going to happen. I've thrown games with 4 interceptions before. Like, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But there was more good, like from a guy that played a lot of years at quarterback and saw a lot of defenses and a lot of games. What I saw as a quarterback, from quarterback to quarterback, was a lot more positives. Like, I'm not giving this dude an F. I'm not giving him a D. I might give him a C- strictly off turnover, off the interceptions. Sure. Now, say he was 10 to 15 with no interceptions and everything else is the same. You'd be like, okay, that's like it's a B performance. You did just fine. The interceptions take you down because you can't turn the ball over. I get it. I understand it. But I'm not going to jump on burying this guy because he threw 2 picks. Like to me, it's like, okay, love the pocket movement, love the escapability, love the big throws down the field. It's all good. Yeah. Now I will say, and we can get to Drew, but I will say this: I would this week flip flop him to make it equal opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, this week, Drew, you get the first half.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
And Will, you get the second half. That way, it's like, okay, you get equal opportunity, because it was very apparent as we get into Drew that Drew struggled mightily because of, not mightily, that's wrong. No, I take that back. Drew's struggles came mostly, in my opinion, because of the struggles of the O-line.
Yes, I will. Yes.
He struggled because the line struggled.
Yes.
So
and his receivers.
Yeah.
I don't want to, I'm not trying to sell anybody here, but like, I mean, when he's throwing you stuff and it's hitting your hands, I'm like, help a brother out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So this week, I would love to flip him around. Like, give Drew the quote unquote little bit better line.
Yeah.
A little better receivers, if you will, and put Will back there. And let's see how it fares. Is Drew going to go out and light it up?
Yeah.
And Will struggle? If that's the case, then you're getting some answers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree, man. And I think it's easy. Like I said at the beginning of the show, it's way more fun to be emotional about this.
Yeah.
And flip a table. But I mean, sitting here today, and I even went back and I watched a couple of plays, just highlights and seeing it is, man. It's I know everyone's got their favorite, man, but I just think we have a lot of really good options, and I wish we had more of a sample size to see what was what, because that's his second NFL game.
Right. Yep.
That, you know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't have, he's been in the league, but he was injured, didn't get reps. He gets and
Drew Allar's been out. I missed his first NFL action. He's been hurt. You know, he's coming off injury too. Both these guys haven't played much football.
So so it is exciting to see. I do think that would be a wise thing to do, to flip flop. But that, I want to talk about Drew, but just ask this real quick. What do you think Buffalo looks like? Because we had rumors, and we said on this show that Aaron was going to get hella snaps, and does it make sense to even dress him?
I would just keep it out and just keep working these 2 quarterbacks. I would. I think it's too valuable to find out. Now I would consider playing these guys with, like, I maybe would let my starting receivers go for a series. Let DK, let Pittman, let some of these guys go for a series. Why not? Let's see what that looks like.
Yeah. Dude, that'd be,
it'd be cool to kind of see that. But if he decides not to do that, that's fine. But I would just let those guys run it and go against Buffalo and see what Buffalo throws at you.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's jump into Drew, man, because he had a second half there, and there's obviously that one big throw that people are holding on to, which was impressive as he was going down, chucks to the left side of the field. The receiver makes a great grab. That throw specifically, as we're looking at the potential of a quarterback, there's a throw, being able to make a throw like that. Does that tell you something in preseason?
Yeah, absolutely.
More so than just the numbers here?
Yeah, I thought Drew played a really good game as well. I thought he showed some mobility. I thought he had great ball security when the pocket's collapsing. Great ball security, wasn't sloppy with it. I thought he showed. I think there was a hold, so it got called back, but he had a great scramble on a play. I thought that he showed some really big throw opportunities. I would like he threw a quick slant on the inside one time, and he threw a heater, went right through the guy's hands. And I know people are going to look at it and be like, "Oh, I'll catch the ball." That ball got on that guy quick, and Drew's got a big arm, and he's going to have to learn when to use the big arm and when to back off the big arm, right? Like you don't. Every ball doesn't need to get through a car wash without getting wet, right? Have a little, and not There's times you got to touch, and he has it. I've seen him even just in the limited preseason, like he has touch. That play down the left side where he threw it deep, he's running left and he shuffles, flips his hip, throws that. Now the defender almost gets there. You could say, a lot of things could happen. That's a great play. It's a great throw. It's a great improvise. It's great throwing on the run. We know he's got a huge arm. I want to see him be able to utilize his arm in other ways. I know we can do it. That quick slant inside, when you get on someone quick like that, you want to get on them fast, but not so much that it's a hot, it's a fast ball from in close.
Yeah.
But all in all, he only, in my opinion, really just struggled because of the line, the pressure. 3 sacks, I think, and he got out of a couple other ones. Some of them got on him really quick. I love his mobility. Obviously, we love the big arm and his decision making. I just want to see him this week in the first half.
Yeah.
And then I think we can make a very educated guess and decision on these two guys if you've given them both equal opportunities to do with equal guys, Yeah,
I mean, it seems like a wise thing to do. I mean, especially if you're building an organization, you think one of these guys could potentially be it. I think my favorite thing that Drew did was, you mentioned it earlier, was his taking care of the ball. So he's going down.
Yes.
Every time he realized, I'm not getting away from this, just double.
They must do some really good ball security drills because you can tell that the way he kind of double holds and stuff.
It's my favorite because you see a lot of times you see young quarterbacks that they're one hand in it. You know what I mean? They're just trying to get away, and then bye.
Yeah. That's what I say. I mean, even from the small, like those small things.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what I like too. Like the other thing is to take consideration is Will Howard throws a pick, and I love that he doesn't get gun shy. You see a lot of guys throw picks. It's like, okay, I'm going to just take the check downs.
Yeah.
I want to take the short throws. I'm not going to take any chances down the field. Like it was like, he was like, no, I'm ready to go. Same thing with Drew. You get sacked. You start getting a little bit like, you start looking around. To me, it looked like both guys in a small sample size, it looks like both guys are, I don't want to say unflappable because that's a big thing to say already, but it looks like right now, both these guys have a little something to them that are like, I'm cool.
So as you're weighing and measuring these two guys, like if you're in Coach McCarthy's position, like how much does something like that weigh into a decision to keep a player, to invest in a player, as opposed to just doing the job you're supposed to, making the right throws, doing your reads? How much is like, hey, you didn't back down from that? Like, because you could have easily checked it down, right, and then just 3 and out it because he was a little gun shy. Is that more valuable to you?
I've seen that. I mean, I've been around a lot of quarterbacks, and I've seen guys that when they make a mistake, all of a sudden they get gun shy. And now I'm not saying you need to be stupid when you're out there and not being gun shy, but I love what these two guys have done so far. And I would absolutely take into consideration when you've got a guy that kind of has a wipe it clean, forget the last play, on to the next one, good or bad, right? Same thing. You throw a touchdown, you can't sit there and dwell on it the next series. It's like it's clean every time. And so I definitely think there's something to be said from both these guys when it comes to mistakes and how they bounce back from it. It didn't look to me like either guy was super shaken by mistakes that were made. And again, Drew's mistakes were, getting a sack, incompletion, things like that. Those aren't big mistakes. Those are actually being smart with it. But, Will throws 2 picks. To me, it looked like I bet if he would have played in the rest of that game, he would have kept throwing the ball down the field. I bet you he would have kept slinging it, and I bet you he would have ended up somehow throwing a couple touchdowns or something. And he maybe would have thrown a couple more picks too. Who knows? But he's not afraid to throw the ball down the field,
Just blessing the block. Everybody catching this ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you're thinking about, going into week 3, we talked about going into Buffalo, flipping the script. I'm going to play the what if game. Say these guys have an equal performance in week 3.
Okay.
Outcome can be whatever you think is best for the situation as far as win and lose. But they have a relatively equal performance. Are you taking 4 quarterback? Like how are you managing the quarterback room moving into the season?
Well, I don't know. That's sitting there looking at roster spots and what else you have in other positions. There's too many other factors involved in that right now. In my opinion, again, without breaking down the film, without being in the meeting room, knowing who made mistakes, who had the MEs, did he just from watching the TV copies, right? I don't know if just because someone throws an interception or a touchdown doesn't mean they made the right decision. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You could throw a touchdown and be like, you got lucky. The ball should have went over here. Right? You throw a pick. Like, you know what? Great decision. The receiver ran the wrong. It could be a lot of things, right? You know what I'm saying? So outside of knowing all that, and there's going to be a lot of fans that again, think that I'm deciding one way or another here. But like from just watching the game, I thought Will's game in week 1 was a little bit better than Drew's. Okay. Now I know Drew had the big numbers and this and but just in terms of what he was doing, the little things, the subtle things in the pocket, some of the specific throws I saw, throwing over our linebacker, getting it down for the safeties, just a little bit. I say just a little bit of a leg up. This week, I would say that Drew had a little bit better of a game, even though I know Will had his sacks or had his interceptions, but the throws, the things that he did were really impressive to watch. But Drew, just because of the turnovers, probably had a leg up this game. Yeah. Okay. So to me, going into week 3, I have them. It's too close to call, right? It's a neck and neck. It's like the old water gun horse race, where one goes and they're just they're doing this, right? They're back and forth. So that's why I want to see this week. I want to flip flop their positioning and their playing time and who they play with, because if Drew goes out there and plays with the quote unquote the 2s or the 1s, however Coach McCarthy decides to do it, and lights it up, then you're going to be like, okay, that guy's probably has a better chance to be. Coach McCarthy drafted him. Yeah, there's always going to be more loyalty to a guy you draft over a guy that was here when you got here. You know what I'm saying? Sure. That being said, someone asked, let's throw this out there. What if Drew goes out and plays really well with the 1s or 2s? And Will comes in the second half with the 2s and 3s, and he lights it up. Yeah. Or who had the better game? If someone's playing better with 3s, like how does that look at? So this week to me will be big to let these 2 guys to see what happens. I would, again, if I'm a coach or GM, I'm doing everything I can to keep both of them. I'm keeping both of them. I don't think you can put either one on practice squad because I think someone will scoop them up. So I would say that you have an option of either keeping all 4 or you try and put Mason on practice squad and keep him, and see if you can find a way to keep him too.
And you think at sitting at this stage of the game right now, both of those young men have done enough to warrant a QB2 position in that scenario?
Yeah, I think you know what you get with Mason. You get a veteran guy that knows how to manage the game and take care of things, and can probably get you out of games, which is what you want. If you want to get out of a game, right? We talked about this with certain positions before. If you want to get out of a game, knock on wood, Aaron goes down. We got to get. It's just jams a finger, breaks a finger. Something that's just quick and easy, right? But he's out for the rest of the game. Yeah. You want a veteran guy. That's probably where you want Mason to come in and play. If there's any kind of, again, I hope this doesn't happen. Well, if there's any kind of Aaron's out for an extended period of time, then I want one of the 2 young guys, because you can build stuff around them, and it's not just like in the game, he's not ready to go. When you have weeks to prepare, you can start to build stuff around guys. You can start to design things. McCarthy's an offensive genius. Again, he just knows his football. He doesn't know to come on this show. Only football coach not to do it in 40 to 50 years for Steelers, but he knows his football. If I'm building it, if I'm doing a long-term thing, I want one of those 2. Okay.
Yeah,
Do I think one of those 2 could get you out of a game? Sure. Yeah. But I think if you're getting out of a game, you'd rather try and go with the guy that's been there.
Right. And who's done it before, for sure. Yeah. Sending any of them to the practice squad is risky, man. Because you know how Cleveland be snatching up quarterbacks.
I want their 7th and 8th one. They don't know who's going to start yet. But I don't think you could send either one of the 2 young guys unless you don't care. Unless you're like, you know what? I know that Drew's our guy of the future.
Yeah,
we'll send him there, or whatever, or vice versa, or whatever. To me, what I've seen from those 2, somebody's going to snatch them up quickly. No way they clear waivers. No way.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Remains to be seen.
Which is why this preseason game is going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah. So you talked about like a preseason game that matters. Like you guys you had 4. You said the third one when you played was the one that matters. I'm assuming this is the one that matters.
I would think so. I would think this is the one if you're going to get guys to play.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know. I mean, it seems like all these coaches are doing different. It's like some teams are playing their starters, some teams aren't.
Well, I can't wait for week 1 for multiple reasons, but I wonder how much of the new Steelers have we not even seen yet.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like how much of this is like, yo, we like what we have at camp or at practice, and like we're not even going to be showing this. Like
I definitely. That's what I'm saying. When you have an offensive guy, I mean, I think they did a in-game interview with Mount Washington, and they asked him about what it was like to have an offensive head coach, and he goes, "Well, all I've ever had is a defensive. Kirby Smart at Georgia, Mike T here, and now." This he goes, it's on like he can see his face. He's like, you got a coach that's around that knows offense, like it's awesome.
Yeah.
Like I can only imagine where you have the things that I think you're going to see this. That's why I said early on that this is a 30-point team. Like when you have your dudes, I think with what Aaron can do and what McCarthy can do together, I just think that in the weapons that they have, I mean, the weapons that Aaron has been given on offense is going to be fun to watch.
Yeah.
I really believe that. And we know what the defense has. The defense, of course, has some age, on their side, but they still have some of the best in the business.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be fun to watch. And so I don't think we'll see, a lot of those defensive guys again this week. You might see a guy get a couple plays, but I'd keep TJ out. Yeah. I know Alex has been playing a little bit, but you still have Jalen Ramsey. I mean, you still have guys that are going to be out there,
I mean, week 1 against Atlanta might be a long day for those.
I don't know how Atlanta's going to do anything because I don't even know they don't even know who their quarterback's going to be yet, I don't think.
That's not important.
They're going to, they do have a really, really good running back, but.
Which breaks my heart because I'm like, yo, send him to somewhere he can like.
I know we're looking at too far ahead because we got to play Buffalo this week, but this week's going to be fun to watch just because the quarterback situation and what guys we're going to get in there to play. So I'll be interested to see. I mean, everyone's tuning into the quarterbacks. That's what we want to see.
Yeah. And this is at the new stadium, right?
Yeah, Charlie, I told Charlie, I saw him today. I'm like, hey, listen, when you go up there, like shoot me a text. Like, I want to know what that place is like. Like,
yeah, I saw some things like online where it was like super nice, but then some of the seats were like terrible, like behind a post, and like you had to look through like glass barriers with the
what are you doing that for?
Yeah, like the railing or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're walking up the stairs, like there's a seat and you got like stairs in front and you have to see the field through the glass and stuff. Like I've seen some of that stuff online. I was like, how much this cost?
What are we doing?
Like who built this?
Yeah.
But I've never built a stadium. I'm sure it's great. But
I think they said that's what Cleveland's was going to be. Every single seat was behind a pillar.
Yeah, it should be. It'd probably help them out a little bit. I mean, I know we typically have a segment where we just bash Cleveland. I'm not trying to do that, but it astounds me every time there's news about Cleveland. I'm like, is this like an SNL sketch? Like, surely this is.
They had Shador went down the field like 6 for 6 touchdown right away. And,
I didn't think.
And then all of a sudden it's like, no, we're starting the other guy still.
I didn't think I'd ever see.
They don't know what they're doing.
I never thought I'd see the Cleveland fan base hate a quarterback more than you. But they figured out a way, brother.
Hey,
yeah. So
they got tight ends going back to college. Yeah. It's unbelievable.
Well, yeah, that's
some of the dumbest thing I've ever heard too, by the way.
This is an SNL sketch. That is insane.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Anyway, all right.
Speaking about ending things, let's
ended on that.
Yeah.
Just like their playoff hopes. It's ended early. Before it even started. All right. Well, I don't have anything else. That's what we gave you. We talked about the game, hit that. The defense excited about that. Special teams. As soon as we get a kicker, we'll be good on special teams. Something can score some points for us. Buckos are done. All right. It's after 10 o'clock.
How are we awake, dude? Couple of dads, awake. Bro.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry for the randomness of when episodes come out, but that's the preseason. This is preseason shows.
Yeah, we're trying some stuff out, trying some new schemes.
We're giving you what you give you.
Hot route, Red 7.
Red 7. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you next game is Thursday. So we'll see you.
We'll do it Friday.
maybe Friday.
We'll see you when we see you, man.
See you when we see you, or we'll see you another time. See ya.